Microphone working. Testing, testing. Is microphone working now? Hopefully you guys can hear me. Well, we're just a couple pitches in, and maybe you can tell me if you can hear me. Anyone? Top of the first inning. No score. CC Burrup, the first batter. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Sorry about that. My mic wasn't all the way plugged in. Top of the first inning, no score. CC Burrup, the runner on second. He was aboard on an errant throw by Damon Peters, the third baseman, who threw the ball up the line to Josh Congdon, who reached as far as he could, was unable to get it, and Burrup arrived in scoring position. With one away here in the top of the first inning, Wyatt Bleskin, the batter. Bleskin is a left fielder, and that is, of course, after Chase Barrera, the two-hole hitter, popped up in foul territory to Josh Congdon for out number one. So one away, CC Burrup, the runner at second, Wyatt Bleskin at the bat. 1-1 the count to Bleskin. The pitch, fastball low and in. 2-1 the count now on the three-hole hitter, Wyatt Bleskin. We'll go down the line here. We've seen CC Burrup, Chase Barrera, and now the three-hole hitter, Wyatt Bleskin. Batting fourth, designated hitter Carson Wong. Hitting fifth, the first baseman, Anthony Panulo. Hitting sixth, the second baseman, Braden Palmer. Batting seventh, the right fielder, Peyton Higgins. The 2-1 is swung on and hit foul to Wyatt Bleskin. The count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Batting eighth, the catcher, Wyatt Berg. And rounding out the order, batting ninth is the third baseman, Nico Fasula. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. This is the first game of 2 we'll be playing here today from the Linn-Benton campus, the LBCC baseball field. Townsend's 2-2 pitch just misses low. The count runs full at 3-2 to Wyatt Bleskin. Top of the first inning. No score, but Treasure Valley threatening with CC Burrup aboard on an error at second. Townsend peers into his battery mate Cole Hamilton, starting catcher for Ryan Gibson before stepping off the mound. At first base for the Roadrunners, Josh Congdon. Playing second, Tate Cowden. At shortstop, Richard Mascarenas. And at third base, Damon Peters. Townsend looks back the runner and comes to the plate. The 3-2 just misses the outside corner. And the coaches and boys charting the game say good spot. And definitely looked pretty good from here. I would have probably swung at it. But obviously a disciplined batter and Wyatt Bleskin now aboard first base with one away. CC Burrup, the runner, at second. Wyatt Bleskin at first. And Carson Wong, the designated hitter and cleanup hitter, will step into the box. Townsend looks back the runner. Comes to the plate. The ball gets out of the hand of Hamilton. Hamilton's throw down is a little wild. Peters has to jump down the line to make the catch so it doesn't go into left field. But a nice job there by Peters to stick with it. Also Chase Cosner in left, ran behind him, was right there for backup if need be. On the pass ball, CC Burrup heads to third base. Runners on the corners now with one out. A 1-0 count to Carson Wong, who shows bunt, pulls back, and takes 2-0 the count now on Carson Wong. Again, it is Brock Townsend on the mound for the Roadrunners. 5'11", 175 pound from Churchill High School out of Eugene, Oregon, one of the many Churchill High School pitchers. And Townsend apparently was the 5A pitcher of the year when Churchill won the state championship. So a very talented pitcher, and it seems like almost their entire rotation has come now to the Roadrunners. Quite a few kids, pitchers from Churchill. Hamilton heads out and discusses some signs with Brock Townsend before coming back as the 2-0 misses. 3-0 the count to Carson Wong, the designated hitter, with Anthony Panulo on deck. Runners on the corners, one away. It was nice to meet Bill Townsend before the game. He's sitting down near the LB pitchers recording his son. And if ever anyone listening comes to a game, please do say hi. I appreciate knowing that there are actually people out there listening. And Bill Townsend said that he's probably got friends and family. Brock Townsend that are listening in Eugene, maybe even Virginia. So we appreciate you guys tuning in no matter where you are. 3-1 the count as that last pitch was fouled off. Townsend looks the runner at third. The 3-1 swung on and missed. The count goes full at 3-2. Townsend had the last batter 3-2 as well. Ended up issuing a walk on a pitch that was very close to the outside corner, but was called outside by the plate ump. CC Burrup, the runner at third. Wyatt Bleskin at first. Top of the first inning, no score. Swing and a miss. This time, Townsend takes advantage of the 3-2 count for out number 2. That brings Anthony Panulo, the first baseman, to the plate. Now 2 outs, runners on the corners. And thank you for listening from Boise, Idaho, baseball junkie. 2 outs, runners on the corners. Anthony Panulo, the batter, the first baseman. The first pitch from Townsend swung on and hit foul off to the right side. 0-1 the count. I think I mentioned this before, but one time for basketball, we actually had a listener in Japan. It was one of the girls' dads on a business trip, so that was pretty cool to be international broadcast here. But we appreciate you guys no matter how far or near you are. 0-1 the count to Panulo. The pitch is low and away. Nice shot by Hamilton, knocking it down, staying with it. With 2 outs, CC Burrup, the runner at third base. Wyatt Bleskin at first. And again, no stats for the Roadrunners yet on the NWAC website. Would be helpful to have some numbers on these guys, but we do have numbers on Treasure Valley. They've been uploading to the NWAC website already early in this season. Treasure Valley comes into today's game 1-3 so far this season, and I believe the Roadrunners 3-1. The throw from Hamilton goes over the head of Tate Cowden. Coming in to score is CC Burrup. As Wyatt Bleskin took second, CC Burrup waited for the throw from Hamilton and left from third base. Came in to score, and Treasure Valley leads at 1-0 here in the top of the first inning. 2-2 the count on Anthony Panulo. Two outs, and Wyatt Bleskin, the runner, at second. Again, Treasure Valley now leads 1-0. The 2-2 is chopped foul. The count remains 2-2. The scoreboard says 2 balls, 3 strikes, 2 outs. Not quite. 2 errors recorded for the Roadrunners already in this inning. The first one was the first batter. Damon Peters threw up the line, an E5 in the books. And then on the throw from Hamilton, Burrup came in to score. The ball pops out of Hamilton's glove once more, but in front of him. 3-2 the count to Anthony Panulo, the first baseman. Panulo batting .286 on the season. Coming into today's game, he takes here and goes down looking. 2 strikeouts for Brock Townsend heading to the second inning, or pardon me, the bottom of the first. Treasure Valley picks up 1 run on no hits, 2 errors, and they leave 1 man aboard. So it's 1-0 Treasure Valley heading to the bottom of the first inning. The Roadrunners coming up. Leading off for the Roadrunners is Chase Cosner, freshman outfielder from West Linn High School, playing left field here today, and I believe the everyday starting left fielder for Coach Gibson and the Roadrunners. He takes the first pitch strike from Casey Rodriguez. Rodriguez working quickly here. This one misses low and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bottom of the first inning. Treasure Valley leading Linn-Benton 1-0. And they scored on 2 errors committed in the first inning by the Roadrunners. No hits yet on the board for either team. Here, Cosner takes. The count goes to 2-1. And some fans here for Treasure Valley watching go, "Whoo, was that out?" And it looked pretty good from here too. So they talk about using a automated strike zone, and I'd be curious to hear people's opinions on that. I think it changes whether you're a batter or a pitcher. 3-1 the count though on Cosner here. He takes way up high and in for ball 4. A leadoff walk for Cosner, which will bring up Richard Mascarenas, the shortstop. Mascarenas reads some signs from Coach Gibson before stepping into the box. Chase Cosner leading off. He's aboard first base on the walk. Richard Mascarenas, shortstop, batting second. The first baseman Josh Congdon batting third on deck. First pitch taken for a strike. The umpire taking a while to call that one a strike. 0-1 the count on Mascarenas. Batting cleanup, Cole Hamilton, the catcher. The third baseman, Damon Peters, batting fifth. Batting sixth, the designated hitter, Daquan Dennis Lee. As the 0-1 is hit slowly up the left side, it's fielded by Nick Fasula. He goes to first for 1. Heading down to second base is Chase Cosner. 1 away, and Josh Congdon, the batter. Batting 7th, the center fielder, Cole Carter. Batting 8th, the second baseman, Tate Cowden. And batting 9th, the right fielder, Derek Dardinsky. Colton Cosner, the runner at second, Chase Cosner. What was his brother's name?
I don't know his brother.
He had a brother, and it must have been Cole or something Cosner, because I think it was another C name, and I keep on trying to call him that. But Chase Cosner, the runner at second. Josh Congdon, the batter. He takes the first pitch down low. Ball 1. 1-0 the count. 1 away. Bottom of the first inning. Treasure Valley leading 1-0. With Cole Hamilton on deck. Again, no statistics yet for the young men on the Roadrunners team. As Josh Congdon here hits it in the air. And it looked like it was going to be good to go over Chase Barrera's head, the shortstop. Instead, he gloves it and throws to second for a double play. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on for the Roadrunners. We'll head to the top of the second. It's 1-0 Treasure Valley. Top of the second inning. 1-0 Treasure Valley. Braden Palmer, the batter, the second baseman. He steps in to face Brock Townsend. Here in Townsend's second inning of work. A swing and a miss for strike one. 0-1 the count on Braden Palmer, the 6-hole hitter, with Peyton Higgins on deck. Palmer batting .250. He swings and fouls back the 0-1. The count goes to 0-2 for Townsend. Coach Yoon encouraging Townsend to stick in his routine. And obviously fun to have a couple new coaches here for the Roadrunners. This one just misses. Had to have been a bit inside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The count on Braden Palmer from Brock Townsend on the mound. Again, freshman from Churchill High School. 5A Player of the Year when Churchill won state. Pitcher of the Year when they won state. 2 balls and 2 strikes now as that one misses low and away. This one is swung at and fouled out of play towards the track. Braden Palmer again, the 6-hole hitter with Peyton Higgins on deck. LBCC won both games yesterday. They shut out Treasure Valley in the first game 5-0. This one is in the air. Josh Congdon moves over in foul territory, makes the catch for out number 1 in the top of the second. That'll bring Peyton Higgins, the right fielder, to the plate. Higgins, batting .333. He also has an appearance as a pitcher. An ERA of 9 for Higgins, but batting .333. He shows bunt here. He leads the team in being hit by pitches. Doesn't seem to be crowding the plate that much when you see a stat like that. Only 3 so far, but still. Here he takes on the inside corner for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Top of the second inning, 1-0 Treasure Valley. Townsend peering over his glove before coming to the plate with a 1-1. It pops out of Hamilton's glove, and it seems that there's something, I don't know if it's the way he's pitching or the glove or what, but something that's causing Hamilton to not be able to quite squeeze these pitches. And they've popped out more often than not, it's felt like. 2 balls, 1 strike to Peyton Higgins, the 7-hole hitter, with Wyatt Berg on deck. Swing and a miss, as Higgins is just underneath it. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 away to Peyton Higgins. Again, Townsend reading the signs from Cole Hamilton. Before coming set. The 2-2. It hits. So that's what it is. That's why he leads, because he sticks his elbow out over the plate. He has an Evo shield on his elbow, and he leads the team in being hit by a pitch, but the umpire sees it here and says, no, you stay here. He didn't get out of the way of the pitch. Instead, his elbow got stuck out over the plate, and Higgins will not get his free pass. 3-2 the count. Brock Townsend going to work on Peyton Higgins. A slider gets him for strike 3. The 3rd strikeout for Brock Townsend through 1 2/3. 2 away here in the top of the second, and Wyatt Berg, the batter. First pitch, strike to Berg. Thank you. The 0-1 in there for a strike from Townsend. 0-2 the count on Wyatt Berg, the 8-hole hitter, with Nico Falusa on deck. Berg does not have a hit in 8 at-bats. And here he strikes out looking. Back-to-back strikeouts to end the inning. For Brock Townsend, he has 4 strikeouts through 2 innings. We'll head to the bottom of the second. No runs, no hits, no errors. Treasure Valley leading 1-0. Bottom of the second inning, leading off for the Roadrunners, is the catcher Cole Hamilton. Neither team with a hit yet here in the bottom of the second. Treasure Valley leading 1-0. Cole Hamilton takes. The count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike to Cole Hamilton. And I was told that there are stats up now for the Roadrunners, so we'll try to go ahead and look up the NWAC stats. I have the Treasure Valley team stats printed out, but the LB team stats weren't online last time I looked. The 2-1 misses outside. 3-1 the count now on Cole Hamilton. Casey Rodriguez on the mound for Treasure Valley. Rodriguez does not have any pitching stats on the book as Hamilton rolls over the 3-1. Fielded by Anthony Panulo at first. He shuffles it to Casey Rodriguez for out number 1 in the bottom of the second. Damon Peters now the batter, his first at bat here in this first game of 2 we'll be playing today. The wind still blowing pretty strongly as it was yesterday. No rain yet. And I feel like I should knock on wood when I say that. As the first one is in there for a strike to Damon Peters. That one's called a strike as well. 0-2 the count as quickly Damon Peters finds himself in a hole. Peters is a sophomore from Hillsborough High School. He looks down the line to Coach Gibson before stepping back in. Rodriguez was trying to get him to chase on the outside instead. The 0-2 is called for a ball. The count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. So it looks like there's some stats here, as LBCC at least has their win-loss record. A swinging sort of bunt as the ball just rolls up the line, or chops up the line out of bounds, or pardon me, foul. And now, okay, there are stats. The ball rolls foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and 1 out here in the bottom of the second inning for Damon Peters. Peters takes up high here. The count evens at 2-2. Peters stepping into the box today has a batting average of 200. Thank you so much. Thank you for pulling that up. Batting average of 200. He swings and misses here. The count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Peters 2 for 10 on the year. with a double. He's hit by the pitch. And again, the umpire signals that Peters needs to stay at the plate. It's 3-2 the count on Damon Peters. He ropes the 3-2 into left field. Wyatt Bleskin moves over, however, with the wind blowing in, kind of killed the momentum of the ball. Bleskin moves over, camps underneath it, and makes the catch. 2 down in the bottom of the second. Treasure Valley leading 1-0. For Daquan Dennis Lee, the designated hitter. Dennis Lee, a freshman from Oregon City High School. Batting .143, he's 1 for 7. First pitch is a strike from Casey Rodriguez. And again, no pitching stats for Rodriguez. He made a couple appearances in yesterday's game, as this one's on the outside corner to Dennis Lee. 0-2 the count with 2 outs. Cole Carter on deck. As a batter, Casey Rodriguez hitting .222 on the season. The 0-2, high and tight. Ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. On Daquan Dennis Lee here in the bottom of the second inning, 1-0 Treasure Valley. Dennis Lee rolls over on the 1-2. Fielded by Braden Palmer. Throws across to first for out number 3. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left for the Roadrunners. We head to the top of the third. It's 1-0 Treasure Valley. Leading off the top of the third inning, the bottom of the order, Nico Fasula, the third baseman. Fasula awaiting the first pitch from Brock Townsend, who shows bunt, pulls back and takes low. 1 ball and no strikes. Bottom of the third inning, 1-0 Treasure Valley. Townsend again, the freshman from Churchill High School. Bunt is shown again. Townsend again misses low. 2-0 the count on Nick Fasula, the bottom of the order. Fasula yet to have a hit in 4 at-bats this season. And we do have both team stats now, so it's pretty exciting to see. The 2-0 in there for a strike. 1-2 the count. Or 2-1 the count, I should say. That one in there for a strike as well. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Top of the third inning. The 2-2 is grounded up the middle. It's fielded by Mascarenas. A nice play moving to his left for out number 1. Mascarenas showing the range he has there at shortstop. One away, top of the third inning. For the top of the order, CC Burrup. Burrup is the center fielder. Swings and misses at the first pitch from Townsend. Burrup hitting .231 on the season. A triple, 2 RBIs, 6 strikeouts, leading his team in that category. Takes a strike here and finds himself in an 0-2 hole. Townsend kicks and comes to the plate. Make it 7 strikeouts on the year for CC Burrup, as Brock Townsend picks up his 5th strikeout of the day for out number 2 here in the top of the third. Chase Barrera, the batter. Barrera leads his team in batting average. He's 9 for 14 on the year with a batting average of .643. No extra base hits, but 5 RBIs, 3 walks drawn. First pitch misses from Townsend. 1-0 the count. The wind's blowing in from left to right. Townsend peering over his glove, kicks and comes to the plate. That one swung on and missed. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. To Chase Barrera, the 2-hole hitter, with Wyatt Bleskin on deck. Barrera in his first at bat popped up down the first base line to Josh Congdon in foul territory. On this foul ball, the count goes, the count remains 1-2. Townsend tries to get him to swing at the outside pitch. Instead, it is a ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the third inning, 1-0 Treasure Valley. Treasure Valley took advantage of 2 fielding errors. And here, Townsend strikes out the side. 6 strikeouts for Townsend through 3. We'll head to the bottom of the third inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on for Treasure Valley. It's 1-0 Chucks as we head to the bottom of the third inning. Leading off the bottom of the third inning, the 7-hole hitter, Cole Carter. And Carter takes the first pitch outside, a ball. 1-0 the count. He swings at the 1-0 pitch and hits it towards the head coach and third base coach, Ryan Gibson. The count evens at 1-1 to Cole Carter. Treasure Valley leads 1-0 here in the bottom of the third inning. Carter had quite a good day batting-wise yesterday. He finished the second game, or pardon me, the stats here are from both games. As Fasula tries to backhand, ends up picking up and throwing it across in time. He knocks it down on the backhand, unable to field it cleanly, but he does pick it up and throw across in time for the out. But Cole Carter yesterday in the second game had 2 doubles and a home run. I believe he had 4 RBIs to finish out the game, batting .500 from the stats from yesterday. 6 for 12 on the day, and 5 RBIs, 3 doubles, and 1 home run. So quite impressive stats there for Carter, who just grounded into the 5-3 for out number 1 here in the bottom of the third. Tate Cowden now the batter, his first at bat. The wind picking up. Did it blow my phone off the table? Wow. Thank you. Using it as a paperweight, and apparently an iPhone doesn't weigh enough. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Bottom of the 3rd inning to Tate Cowden with the sun coming out. And a beautiful sight to see here from the LBCC baseball field, again with brand new turf this year. The 1-1 misses. 2-1 the count now on Tate Cowden, who swings and drives it up the middle. It's fielded by Palmer for out number 2. That brings Derek Darzinski to the plate. Darzinski, freshman from Woodinville, Washington. Sophomore. I know, after I said that, he's listed as a freshman on the roster here, but definitely a sophomore. He was on the team last year. Don't forget a name like Darzinski. The first pitch is a strike. 0-1 the count on Derek Darzinski. The 0-1 misses. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Bottom of the 3rd inning, Treasure Valley 1, Linn-Benton nothing. Neither team with a hit yet. Darzinski due for 1 as he swings and hits it back. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs to Derek Darzinski, who had a triple in last night's game. Darzinski batting .400, 2 for 5 on the year, with a double, a triple, and 3 RBIs. LBCC won the first game 5-0 yesterday over Treasure Valley, and came back and won the second game as well, 13-3, I believe was the final, 13-4. The 1-2 breaking ball just misses, low and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs, bottom of the 3rd. 1-0 Treasure Valley. And the Treasure Valley Chuckers, the mascot. Darzinski swings and fouls it straight down. Or pardon me, it's called a ball. 3 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs. I believe the scoreboard should be 2-2. The 2-2 is grounded towards Braden Palmer. He hits it underneath his glove, unable to make a play. It'll be an error charged to Palmer on the fielding. Derek Darzinski aboard with 2 outs. The 3rd error, or pardon me, yeah, the 3rd error of the game. The first one for Treasure Valley. As a team, Treasure Valley now with 12 errors on the season through 4 games. Again, Darzinski, the batter, the runner at first. Chase Cosner, the batter, the top of the order for the Roadrunners. Coach Gibson giving some signs to Cosner before he steps back into the batter's box. 1-0 the count, 2 outs. Darzinski, the runner, and signifying the tying run at first base. Casey Rodriguez keeping an eye on Darzinski, comes to the plate, misses way up high. 2-0 the count on Chase Cosner. Compare the 12 errors for Treasure Valley to the 2 errors for the Roadrunners so far this season. Actually 3 as of today. 4, actually 2 errors committed by the Roadrunners today. So 4 errors in total for the Roadrunners this season. But 12 on the board for Treasure Valley this season. LBCC looking to take advantage here with Derek Darzinski, the tying run aboard first base. 2-1 the count, 2 outs, bottom of the 3rd inning. Treasure Valley leading 1-0. Chase Cosner here, the top of the order, walked in his first at bat and went to second on an error. This one's grounded up the left side, fielded by Barrera. Throws across, it's good for the 6-3 putout. No runs, no hits, 1 error. We leave 1 aboard as we head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. It's Treasure Valley 1, Linn-Benton nothing. Top of the 4th. Top of the 4th inning, 1-0 Treasure Valley. Wyatt Bleskin, the left fielder, stepping into the right-handed batter's box awaiting the first pitch from Brock Townsend. Bleskin walked in the first. Takes here and just misses inside. 1-0 the count on Bleskin, the 3-hole hitter, with Carson Wong due up. The 1-0 just misses on the outside. 2-0 the count now on Wyatt Bleskin. Bleskin swings at the 2-0, hits it in the air. Foul down the right field line. Darzinski making chase for a few feet and realizing it went pretty far out of bounds. He had no way of getting to it. Foul territory, I should say. I'm in basketball mode still, saying out of bounds. The 2-1 is hit in the air, this time inbounds to Darzinski. He makes the catch in fair territory for out number 1. That brings Carson Wong, the designated hitter, to the plate. Wong batting .400. He's 6 for 15 with a double and an RBI. First pitch is a strike from Townsend. Townsend comes back and issues an 0-1 strike, 0-2 the count. With 1 away, top of the 4th inning, 1-0 Treasure Valley. It's 3:30 down the lines here, 400 to dead center. And 350 to the power alleys. Do you know? No signs. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Carson Wong, the designated hitter. Anthony Panula on deck. The 1-2 is hit in the air. It's going to drop for a base hit. The first hit of the game for either team. So 1 on with 1 out here in the top of the 4th for Treasure Valley, who leads it 1-0. And quite a few fans here actually for Treasure Valley. Anthony Panulo getting encouragement to swing hard with a runner on first, 1 away. Top of the 4th inning, 1-0 Treasure Valley. The first pitch to Panula is in the air to right. He does swing hard. And making chase, just missing, is Darzinski. An athletic try at catching the ball in foul territory. Heading back to first base is Carson Wong, and instead just a long strike. 0-1 the count, 1 out to Anthony Panulo, the 5-hole hitter, first baseman for the Chucks. And the Chuckers, again, a member of the pheasant family and a bird from Eastern Oregon. So again, the battle of the birds, as we called it yesterday. 0-1 the count, 2 outs, a throwback to first. Diving in time is Carson Wong, being held on by Josh Congdon. Panula awaiting the 0-1 from Townsend here in his 4th inning of work. This one misses. The count evens at 1-1 to Panula, who checks the signs from his head coach Steve Lovey. Townsend's 1-1 offering is chopped up the right side, fielded by Cowden. He has one play, and that is to first. Carson Wong advances 90 feet to second base. Anthony Panula out on the 4-3. 2 away for Braden Palmer, the second baseman. Palmer hitting .250. 3 for 12, 3 RBIs, and 4 strikeouts. First pitch is swung on and missed. 0-1 the count to Braden Palmer. Carson Wong, the batter, the runner at second. Palmer, the batter, Peyton Higgins on deck. Townsend's 0-1, swung on and fouled straight back towards Bill Townsend, who has to pull his camera out of the way near the chain link. Townsend taking his time, reading the signs from Cole Hamilton back at the plate. He looks back. Carson Wong at second. The 0-2, swung on and hit foul. The count remains no balls, 2 strikes. We're here in the top of the 4th. Tacoma Valley leading with 1 run on 1 hit with 1 error. LBCC no runs, no hits, 2 errors. Townsend getting the sign he wants from Hamilton. Steps on the rubber. Nods at the sign he wants. The 0-2 to Palmer. Check swing. The tag is applied. Everybody in the LB dugout said, yes, he did. The coaches, about halfway out and expecting the check swing to be called a strike, strike 3. And players on their way back into the dugout. Instead, an appeal to the base ump says, no, he did not. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs to Braden Palmer. This one misses, low and away. 2-2 the count. Townsend turns around, reads some signs from Tate Cowden. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the 4th inning, 1-0 Treasure Valley. The pitch to Palmer. Check swing up high. The count goes full at 3-2. Townsend frustrated here, thinking that he should have sat down Palmer 2 pitches ago on a check swing that his body definitely went around. Whether or not the barrel did, it was hard to see, or hard to say. And a pretty good angle here, but the call goes the other way. The 3-2 taken, strike 3 called. Palmer, I can't believe it, but a nice spot there for Townsend on the outside corner for out number 3. No runs, a hit, the first hit of the game for either team. No errors and 1 left on. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th. Treasure Valley leads the Roadrunners 1-0. Bottom of the 4th inning, leading off for the Roadrunners is number 2, Richard Mascarenas, the freshman shortstop from Durango High School in Las Vegas, Nevada. He swings at the 0-1, hits it up the left side, foul. Quickly in an 0-2 hole is Mascarenas, batting .375 so far this season, 3 for 8 on the year. He also leads the team in walks drawn with 4. And he has 2 stolen bases so far this year. Leads the team in that category as well. 0-2 the count on Mascarenas. He swings again and rolls it over, foul once more. Coach Gibson gets in fielding position down the third baseline and lets the ball hit him. He almost hits Josh Congdon standing in the on-deck circle, the team kind of laughing about it in the dugout. And Congdon actually saw it, was able to get out of the way if he needed to. The 0-2 is hit towards Nick Fasula at third. He's up with it and throws across for out number 1 here in the bottom of the 4th. It's 1-0 Treasure Valley. That brings Josh Congdon into the right-handed batter's box. Congdon hit into a double play. He hit a line drive over the shortstop. And Barrera at short able to jump up and make the snag. He threw then to second base to get Costner for a double play. He takes the breaking ball here. That misses. 2-0 the count on Josh Congdon. 1 for 10 so far this season. Congdon had a triple, however, yesterday. He has 2 RBIs and 2 walks. Here he hits it right back to the pitcher. Rodriguez fields his position cleanly. 2 away in the bottom of the 4th. Cole Hamilton, the cleanup hitter, the batter. Hamilton batting .400, making him 4 for 10. He has a double, 2 RBIs. Here he swings at the first pitch and hits it high in the air down the left field line. Moving over, camping underneath and making the catch is Nick Fasula for out number 3. 3 up, 3 down for Casey Rodriguez and the Checkers. We'll head to the top of the 5th inning. It's 1-0 Treasure Valley. Peyton Higgins leads off the top of the 5th inning with the Chucks leading the Roadrunners 1-0. Brock Townsend on the mound here, going to work on Higgins. 7 strikeouts for Townsend so far. We're here in the top of the 5th. And again, fun to have Bill Townsend here watching his son on the mound, the 5A pitcher of the year for Churchill last year, or the year before, kid. This previous year as a senior at Churchill. Brock Townsend was the 5A pitcher of the year. The 0-1 is swung on and fouled out of play over the dugout to our right. 0-2 the count. Townsend here missing high and away. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Peyton Higgin, the 7-hole hitter and right fielder who struck out in his last at bat. 1 of 7 victims of a strikeout from Townsend. And he swings and misses here for strike 3. Higgins 0 for 2 now on the day with 2 strikeouts. Again, this is the first game of 2. We'll have the second one about 30 to 40 minutes after the first game ends. 1-0 Treasure Valley, top of the 5th inning. Wyatt Berg, the batter. Berg shows bunt, pulls back and takes low and away. Berg struck out looking in the second. He is here in his second plate appearance. 1-0 the count from Brock Townsend. Swing and a miss. The count evens. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out with Nick Fasula on deck. Wyatt Berg swings at the 1-1 and hits it straight back. 1-2 the count now with 1 out. Berg does not have a hit in 9 at-bats so far this season. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Townsend peering over his glove, nods at the sign he wants from Hamilton, the 1-1, or 1-2, pardon me, in the dirt on the outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. And I'm going to have to get used to saying in the turf on the outside. The turf infield, new this year, and I got used to saying in the dirt all of last year. But exciting to have that, being able to play through the rain yesterday. The 2-2 again misses in the turf. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Wyatt Berg. Strike 3 taken on the full count. Back-to-back looking strikeouts for Wyatt Berg. He is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts as well, as was the man who led off this inning, Peyton Higgins. Nico Fasula, the third baseman, comes to the plate. A lefty Fasula, also 0 for 5 on the year. Shows bunt and lays down a good bunt. Fielded by Townsend, and he beats Fasula, who was pretty quick down the line there, but Townsend able to pick it up, field it cleanly, and make a clean throw for out number 3. 3 up, 3 down. Nothing across for the Chuckers as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. It's 1-0. Treasure Valley leading Linn-Benton. Damon Peters, the batter, takes the first pitch strike from Casey Rodriguez. Peters flew out in his first at bat. We're here in the bottom of the 5th. It's 1-0 Treasure Valley in this first game of 2 here today on a beautiful Sunday in early March. Again, Damon Peters, the batter. He takes here. The count goes to 2-1 on Damon Peters, the third baseman. The 2-1 is chopped foul. Or fair. It's called fair. And Peters will head all the way to second. And I looked away, I'll be honest. I thought it was easily foul, and it looked like Nico Fasula even thought that it may have been foul. Instead, the first hit of the game is Damon Peters. He hits it up the left field line. A nice job there by Peters, and I feel bad for discrediting it. I thought for sure it had bounced foul before the bag, but must have been just after. Peters with a double, the first hit of the game for the Roadrunners. Each team with a hit apiece. We're here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Again, 1-0 Treasure Valley. And a long talk with Daquan Dennis Lee, between head coach Ryan Gibson and Dennis Lee, before he heads to the left-handed batter's box. Damon Peters, the tying run in scoring position here in the bottom of the 5th. Nobody out, and Daquan Dennis Lee, the batter. He takes a fastball low, 1-0 the count on Dennis Lee, who grounded out in his first at bat.
I don't know why it's not coming up on Roku. It should.
Dennis Lee hitting 143 on the year. He's 2 for 10. Or pardon me, he's 1 for 7 with 1 RBI. The runner pretends to go and definitely distracts Casey Rodriguez on the mound. Wyatt Berg behind the plate and not too concerned about Damon Peters. 2-0 the count on Daquan Dennis Lee. Make it 3-0, this one high and tight. 3 balls, no strikes. Nobody out, and Daquan Dennis Lee, the runner at second. Or pardon me, Damon Peters, the runner at second. Daquan Dennis Lee at the plate. And a 4-pitch strike sends Dennis Lee to first. Runners on first and second. Nobody out for Cole Carter, who leads the team in batting average at .500. He was 6 for 12 yesterday. Had 3 doubles, a home run, 5 RBIs. And a pretty good day at the office for Cole Carter, the 7-hole hitter. He's 0 for 1 today, grounded out in the 3rd. Carter, a sophomore from South Medford High School. Listed at 6'2" and definitely a towering presence in the box, as is Casey Rodriguez. Here, Carter lays down a bunt. It rolls up the left side. It's fielded by Rodriguez, who throws it over the head of Panulo at first. Coming in to score is Damon Peters. Holding up at third is Daquan Dennis Lee, and into second on the bunt, and then the errant throw by the pitcher is Cole Carter. We're tied at 1 with Damon Peters coming in to score on the errant throw. Again, Daquan Dennis Lee now at third, Cole Carter at second. We'll have a meeting on the mound here before Tate Cowden steps into the box. 1-1 the score, bottom of the 5th inning. And a whole lot of zeros on the board. A nice job really by both pitchers. Brock Townsend having a good day for strikeouts, and Casey Rodriguez more pitching to contact, a lot of ground balls for the Roadrunners. So a little bit of a pitcher's duel here, but we are tied at 1-1 here in the bottom of the 5th inning. 9 strikeouts through 5 innings pitched for Townsend is what my scorecard says. And I had to double check it, but it sounds about right. The scoreboard is wrong. Thank you, Cade. Perzo. The scoreboard says there's one out, but there's not. Instead, nobody out. Runners on second and third for Tate Cowden. Takes the first pitch in the turf. Want to know the count from Rodriguez. Tate Cowden awaiting the 1-0 pitch. Swung on and chopped up the left side, fielded by Fasula. He looks back to Quan Dennis Lee before going to first for out number 1. Derek Zarzinski, the right fielder, will be the batter. With 1 away and 2 runners in scoring position, Darzinski steps in, batting .400. 2 for 5. He has a double, a triple, and 3 RBIs. A chance for a couple more here. He lays down a good bunt up the first baseline, and Rodriguez has nowhere to go but first. A run comes in to score, and heading to third base is Cole Carter. LBCC leads it 2-1. A nice sacrifice bunt for Derek Darzinski. Top of the order, Chase Cosner. He takes away 1-0 the count with 2 outs, and Cole Carter the runner at third. Chase Cosner 0 for 1. The breaking ball fools Cosner. He leans to get out of the way of it, and instead it falls in for a strike. A nice pitch there from Casey Rodriguez. The 1-1. Chopped up the left side again, and again fielded by Fasula. The throw is on point for the out. The Roadrunners pick up 2 runs on 1 hit. They leave 1 man aboard, but they lead it 2-1 as we go to the top of the 6th with Treasure Valley coming up. Top of the 6th inning, it's 2-1 Roadrunners as they lead the Treasure Valley Chuckers after scoring 2 in the bottom half of the 5th. We are here in the top of the 6th, leading off, facing a new pitcher. Is CC Burrup, the leadoff batter. He accidentally check swing bunts, and it's fielded by Cole Hamilton, who fields it nicely and goes to first for the out. That brings Chase Barrera to the plate. One away, top of the 6th. Again, it's 2-1 Roadrunners. The new pitcher is number 20, the freshman left-hander from Gresham, Austin Carpenter. The first pitch to Barrera is hit almost directly to Mascarenas. It's short. He fields it and goes to first for the second out. And I think you're right. I think he is a sophomore. So maybe my entire lineup, or pardon me, roster is wrong, as that's the third or second time that's happened. 2 away. The batter is Wyatt Bleskin. The sophomore Austin Carpenter, standing in at 6'2", 200 pounds, again from Gresham, Oregon. 0-1 the count on Wyatt Bleskin. Swung and fouled off of the top of Cole Hamilton's helmet. 0-2 the count with 2 outs to Wyatt Bleskin, the left fielder. He's 0 for 1 on the day with a walk. We'll get you Brock Townsend's numbers as he finishes after 5 innings. This one's hit at Richard Mascarenas. He gloves it and throws across to first for the out. 3 up, 3 down for Austin Carpenter. We'll get you his totals in this break here. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th. It's 2-1 Roadrunners. Bottom of the 6th inning, it's 2-1 Roadrunners. Leading off for LB is a shortstop, Richard Mascarenas, who made 2 very nice plays to end the top half of this inning. Mascarenas has grounded out to third base in both his at-bats today. He swings here and hits it towards the shortstop, Barrera. And a nice stretch for Anthony Panulo there to dig out the throw from Barrera that was a little low. Regardless, the 6-3 is out number 1 here in the bottom of the 6th. We told you we'd give you Townsend's line, and Brock Townsend with an impressive outing, freshman from Churchill. As the batter is Josh Congdon, he swings and fouls it back. 0-1 the count with 1 away here in the bottom of the 6th. Brock Townsend finishes after 5 innings of work, giving up only 1 unearned run, 1 hit, 1 walk, 9 strikeouts for Brock Townsend. Congdon takes here. The count evens at 1-1. Josh 0 for 2 so far on the day. Congdon is a sophomore from North Thurston High School in Lacey, Washington. The 1-1 misses low, 2-1 the count. Here Congdon takes a strike and the count evens at 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out. Bottom of the 6th inning, 2-1 Roadrunners, as they picked up 2 runs in the 5th after Treasure Valley scored in the 1st. The 2-2 is hit up the left side, fielded by Fasula. He goes to first for the out. With 2 down, Cole Hamilton will be the batter. Hamilton, the catcher, is 0 for 2. He grounded out in the 2nd and flew out in the 4th. Hamilton batting .400 this season. He swings the first pitch and hits it foul. Granted, we are only 3 games in So not very many stats here or numbers for either team. Hamilton takes. The count goes to 1-1 with 2 outs. Bottom of the 6th, 2-1 Roadrunners. The 1-1 is hit towards Braden Palmer at second. He moves over, kneels down, fields it, and throws to first for the out. 3 up, 3 down. Nothing across for the Roadrunners. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th. It's 2-1 LBCC. Pretty sure Yoon. Top of the 7th inning, the Roadrunners leading Treasure Valley 2-1. And lead off, swinging at the first pitch is Carson Wong, the designated hitter. It's fielded by Mascarenas as he moves to his left and makes the play. Again, a nice job by Mascarenas. The past 3 outs have been 6-3 putouts. Anthony Panulo, the batter, 0 for 2. He struck out in the first and grounded out in the 4th. Coming into today, Panulo hitting .286. The fastball from Carpenter misses high and away. Again, Austin Carpenter, the reliever, in for Townsend, who went 5 innings. No runs, 1 hit, 1 walk, and 9 strikeouts. Carpenter gives up the first hit since being in the game. With 1 away, a line drive to left. Anthony Panula, the runner on first for Braden Palmer, the second baseman. And 6-hole hitter stepping into the right-handed batter's box. Just 2 hits now for Treasure Valley with that line drive from Panula. Only 1 hit for the Roadrunners, who lead it 2-1 here in the top of the 7th. Panula steps in to face Austin Carpenter. Again, a sophomore from Gresham High School. Carpenter looks back the runner. Comes to the plate with a curveball taken for a strike. 0-1 the count, 1 away. Top of the 7th inning. Two errors apiece for the Roadrunners. Or pardon me, 2 errors apiece for each team so far through 6 innings. Another curveball, this one just outside. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Two to 1 Roadrunners. Panula getting a lead off. This one's a chopper to the shortstop Mascarenas, who goes to second for 1, back to first, double play. A 6-4-3 ends the inning, and again, Carpenter faces the minimum. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. We'll head to the bottom of the 7th. It's Roadrunners 2, Treasure Valley 1. Bottom of the 7th inning, Damon Peters will be the first Roadrunner to face the new pitcher, Reese Pope. We saw him yesterday, the freshman from Blackfoot High School in Blackfoot, Idaho, stepping in at 6 foot. The first pitch, a breaking ball, hits Peters in the back, and he'll take his free pass. Peters coming in to this at-bat was 1 for 2 with a double and a run scored. Here, Daquan Dennis Lee will be the second batter to face Reese Pope. Dennis Lee 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. LBCC leads it 2-1 in the bottom of the 7th. And Reese Pope, the pitcher, as Dennis Lee shows bunt, pulls back, takes high. 1-0 the count on Daquan Dennis Lee. From Reese Pope, he's had 2 appearances in 3.1 innings of work. He's given up 6 runs on 8 hits. He has 2 walks and 5 strikeouts for an ERA of 16.2 for Reese Pope. Again, only 2 games and 3 1/3 innings. 1 ball and 1 strike as that bunt attempt rolls foul. Damon Peters, the runner at first base. Nobody out. Bottom of the 7th inning, LB leads 2-1. Throw back to first. Diving back in time is Damon Peters. Daquan Dennis Lee, the designated hitter, at the plate. He's 0 for 1. The walk and a run scored. Damon Peters goes. The throw down will be way offline from Wyatt Berg. Barrera has to move a couple steps off the bag to dig it out. And into second with a stolen base is Damon Peters. 2-1 the count on Daquan Dennis Lee with Cole Carter on deck. A fake bunt steal. We really need you doing color, Cade. It'd be so much more fun if I had someone to talk to. A fake bunt steal, and a nice job put on by Daquan Dennis Lee. And Damon Peters, who does take second base, puts himself in scoring position for Dennis Lee. 2 balls, 1 strike, nobody out. Bottom of the 7th, it's 2-1 Roadrunners. Dennis Lee awaiting the pitch from Reese Pope, who looks back Peters at second. The 2-1 is swung on and hit down the left field line. That'll be good for a run. Coming around third and heading home is Damon Peters. Into first base with an RBI single is Daquan Dennis Lee. The Roadrunners lead it 3-1. And after bunting foul, faking a bunt, Daquan Dennis Lee pulls back and sends it for a ride down the opposite, the left field line, and he is aboard first base. The Roadrunners lead it 3-1. Cole Carter, the batter, throw back to first, gets away from the first baseman. They could call an obstruction probably there, as the first baseman Panula was in the way. Daquan Dennis Lee is going to make it all the way to third base, and a nice job by Daquan Dennis Lee, not only reading that the ball had gone away from Anthony Panula on the throw over from Pope, but reading the signs from Coach Gibson in the third base coaching box, rounding second, heading all the way to third, and getting into third safely, sliding. Probably didn't even need to slide, as the throw in to Nick Fasula was pretty off point as well. It's 3-1 Roadrunners. Nobody out, bottom of the 7th inning. Cole Carter, the batter, and Carter, leading the team in batting average, has a chance. Cole Carter, the #1 batting average on the team, again yesterday, had 3 doubles, a home run, and 5 RBIs. So not a easy situation here in which Reese Pope finds himself. Daquan Dennis Lee, the runner. Daquan Dennis Lee, the runner at third base. The Roadrunners lead at 3-1. Damon Peters already coming around to score. And Cole Carter awaiting the first pitch from Reese Pope. A curveball hit up the left field line past the diving Fasula. In to score is Daquan Dennis Lee. The Roadrunners lead at 4-1. Back-to-back RBI singles up the left field line for Daquan Dennis Lee and then Cole Carter. Tate Cowden will be the batter. Cowden 0 for 2 on the day. Steps in with nobody out to face the new pitcher coming in as of this inning. We appreciate everybody listening here today and watching. The Roadrunners leading 4-1. Bunt shown, and bunt goes foul in the air down the first baseline from Tate Cowden. We appreciate Jay Perzo checking in and watching his son's camera work. Cade Perzo here, a redshirt freshman from South Albany, helping me, and we appreciate everybody helping us here, helping us set up the tent yesterday when it started raining, helping us film and set up our hardware. So excited to be here for baseball season. 4-1 Roadrunners. A curveball that just misses from Reese Pope, just a little bit low and perhaps away. Ball 1. 1-1 the count to Tate Cowden. 4-1 Roadrunners. 2 runs have come across the plate thus far in this inning.
Good job, Tate.
Damon Peters led off this inning, getting hit by a pitch. He then stole second. The runner goes here, and with nobody out, the throw is to first, and smart base running again for the Roadrunners in Cole Carter, who heads around second, gets all the way to third on the throw that was from, I couldn't see if it was from the shortstop or the third baseman, Nick Fasula, who went directly to first and didn't pay much attention to Cole Carter, who was off before the hit. A run and hit put on. Tate Cowden thrown out for out number. It can change. It can be run and hits. He ran before the hit. He ran before the hit, and now Cole Carter aboard at third. One away. Top of the 8th, or probably bottom of the 7th inning. Again, 2 runs have scored. There's 1 out, and we're at the bottom of the order. Derek Darzinski. 1-0 the count on Dard, the right fielder. He's 0 for 1, was aboard on an error in the 3rd. Or pardon me, he had a sacrifice in the 5th, a sac bunt. Darzinski with a good eye here, taking on the breaking ball. 2-0 the count, 1 away. Cole Carter, the runner at third base. Darzinski, the bottom of the order, with Chase Cosner due up. Two balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Pope looks back the runner at third before coming to the plate. Bunt is shown and called foul at the plate. The count will even at 2-2. And we appreciate everyone tuning in, including Brian Scott listening from Gresham, watching Austin Carpenter close out this first game of 2. Swing and a miss here. And Darzinski goes down swinging, which brings the top of the order, Chase Cosner, to the plate. Cole Carter in scoring position at third base. The Roadrunners leading at 4-1 here in the bottom of the 7th. Cosner the batter. And Austin Carpenter again closing it out for the Roadrunners Thank you, Brian Scott, for listening. Carpenter, also from Gresham High School. Coming in on relief, Brock Townsend, who went 5 innings, had 9 strikeouts. Did not give up a single earned run and only 1 hit. 1-0 the count to Chase Cosner, 0 for 2 on the day with a walk. And an impressive curveball here. Cosner turning as if it was going to come in and hit him. Instead, it drops into the zone for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. The 1-1 is hit to Nick Falusa at third base. He fires across to first for out number 3. The Roadrunners pick up 2 runs on 2 hits. They leave 1 man aboard and lead it 4-1 as we head to the top of the 8th. Again, thank you so much for tuning in to LBCC Roadrunner Baseball. Top of the 8th inning, the Roadrunners lead the Treasure Valley Community College Chuckers 4-1. Austin Carpenter on the mound again here in his 3rd inning of work. He goes to work on Peyton Higgins, the right fielder. Higgins is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Wyatt Berg on deck, also 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. So Carpenter coming in and hoping to continue that trend. He misses here. 2-0 the count now on Higgins. The right fielder batting .333 on the year. Higgins leads the team in strikeouts with 5. He swings and misses here. The count goes to 2-1. Again, we're in the top of the 8th. The Roadrunners leading with 4 runs on 3 hits and 2 errors. Another swing and a miss. The count evens. Or pardon me, swing and foul. The count evens at 2-2. The Treasure Valley Community College Chuckers with 1 run on 2 hits and 3 errors. Higgins awaiting the 2-2. He hits it up the left side. It's fielded by Peters, who throws across for the out. That'll bring the catcher Wyatt Berg to the plate. Berg 0 for 2 with 2 looking strikeouts. In the 2nd and 5th inning, 2 of the 9 that Brock Townsend ended his outing with. Townsend went 5 innings, giving up only 1 hit, 1 walk, 9 strikeouts, and 1 unearned run. The first pitch is swung on and chopped foul towards the Roadrunners dugout. 0-1 the count, with the wind picking up here. A breaking ball freezes Wyatt Berg. The count goes to 0-2. Berg yet to have a hit in 10 at-bats. He is 0 for 10. The 3rd strike is swung on and missed. And Berg is 0 for 3 today with 3 strikeouts. 2 away, top of the 8th inning. And Nico Fasula, the third baseman, will come to the plate. Fasula 0 for 2. He grounded out in the 3rd. And in the 5th, laid down a bunt that was fielded cleanly by Townsend for a 1-3 putout. The first pitch, a strike from Austin Carpenter. Reads the signs from Hamilton and quickly comes back. Inside, it hits Nico Fasula. He trots down with his free pass. The first one issued from Austin Carpenter. With 2 away in the top of the 8th, it's 4-1 Roadrunners. And top of the order, CC Burrup will be the batter. Burrup is 0 for 2, who was aboard on an error in the 1st and scored a run on an error. He takes a curveball here, nice pitch from Austin Carpenter. 0-1 the count. Carpenter doing a nice job issuing first pitch strikes and getting ahead of batters. Thank you so much. A throw over to first. Congdon applying the tag, and it had the dugout for the Roadrunners all excited. Seemed like it would have been on time, and a nice move there from Carpenter. Instead, the base ump says that Fasula got back in time. The 0-1 in the turf. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. And Hamilton will head out and talk to his batter mate Austin Carpenter as the batter CC Burrup goes down the third baseline and talks to his head coach Steve Luby. It could be Luby. If I'm saying it wrong and you're listening, let me know. L-U-B-Y. CC Burrup, the batter, awaiting the 1-1 pitch from Austin Carpenter, who looks back the runner Nico Fasula at first and comes to the plate, missing way up high. 2-1 the count now on Burrup, with the sun peeking out from behind the clouds, at least momentarily here. Luby, thank you so much for the pronunciation. Head coach Steve Luby in the third base coaching box. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. The fastball misses high and away from Carpenter. 3-1 the count on CC Burrup with Chase Barrera on deck. 2 outs and a runner on first. The Roadrunners leading 4-1 here in the top of the 8th inning. Fasula with a little lead off of first. This one misses high and away as well. Fasula will head down to second base, and aboard first on the walk is CC Burrup. That'll bring Chase Barrera to the plate. Barrera signifies the tying run. We'll have a meeting on the mound here. And perhaps a pitching change, or maybe Gibson just asking for someone to get up in the pen. But pointing down to the pen, we will see a pitching change, I believe. With 2 on and 2 free passes, Austin Carpenter, the Roadrunners, got 2 quick outs with a ground out from Peyton Higgins and then a strikeout of Wyatt Berg. 2 quick outs and then a hit by pitch and then a walk. Now runners on first and second, 2 outs. The tying run coming to the plate in Chase Barrera. Carpenter will come out, getting a good round of applause here. And we'll get you his numbers and tell you about the new pitcher after taking a little break here to do some research. Thank you for listening to LBCC Baseball. Trevor Wells is the new pitcher, a sophomore from West Linn High School, standing at 6 foot, 185 pounds. And the first pitch goes over the head of Cole Hamilton. It'll be a wild pitch for Trevor Wells that lets both runners advance. Now both runners now in scoring position for Chase Barrera. Or pardon me. Yeah, both runners in scoring position for Chase Barrera, the shortstop. This one misses as well. Quickly the count 2-0 with runners on third in Nick Falusa and second in CC Burrup. Trevor Wells coming in after Austin Carpenter went 2 2/3 inning, no runs, 1 hit, and a strikeout for Carpenter. Chase Barrera, the batter, 0 for 3 on the day. He takes a strike here. The count evens. And the count should be 2-1, I believe. The scoreboard says 1-1, but I believe it is 2-1. Thank you for tuning in, Deborah Congdon. Go Roadrunners indeed. The 2-1 on the outside corner for a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, 2 on, top of the 8th inning, 4-1 Roadrunners. And again, Trevor Wells, the new pitcher, the sophomore from West Linn. And the first time I've seen Wells so far this year for LB, he swings and hits it down the right field line, foul. Barrera swings and hits it down the right field line, foul, I should say. And the count remains 2-2. Barrera signifies the tying run with the Roadrunners up 4-1 here in the top of the 8th. Trevor Wells pitched for the Corvallis Knights this summer, and a team that I also work for and do play-by-play for, so very fun to have Trevor Wells on that team, and a championship team. I believe that Trevor has gotten his championship, West Coast League championship ring. So a champion on the mound for the Roadrunners in Trevor Wells. He misses here. The count runs full at 3-2. Well, I was reading the signs from Cole Hamilton, asking for him to come out. He doesn't, and he asks him to come out again. This time, Hamilton sees the sign and heads out to the mound. Confusion on the signs. Wells discussing with his battery mate Hamilton and smiling a bit before Hamilton heads back. Runners on second and third. 2 outs, top of the 8th inning, 4-1 Roadrunners, a 3-2 count. The pitch to Barrera is high. Trevor Wells loads the bases. Wyatt Bleskin will be the batter. Bleskin is 0 for 2 with a walk. He swings the first pitch and hits it in the air in right field. Moving back is Jarzynski. He makes the catch for out number 3. Trevor Wells comes in and gets the job done after giving up a walk. The Roadrunners lead it 4-1 as we head to the bottom of the 8th inning. Thanks again for tuning in to LBCC Baseball. bottom of the 8th inning. First pitch, a curveball from Reese Pope. As Richard Mascarenas steps in. The 0-1 count is swung on and grounded to the third baseman, Fasula, who throws across to first for the out. One away in the bottom of the 8th. Josh Congdon will be the batter. 4-1 Roadrunners here in the bottom of the 8th. We've been keeping the stats up for the Oregon State game as well. Trying to tune in to the #1 team in college baseball, as this one misses. 1-0 the count on Congdon. And apparently Trevor Larnick just hit a grand slam. It's 5-0 Beavers in the bottom of the 6th. The 1-0 is grounded to Nick Fasula, who's up with it and throws to first for the out. 2 outs quickly here in the bottom of the 8th. And that brings Cole Hamilton to the plate. Hamilton takes the first pitch, breaking ball for a strike. 0-1 the count with 2 outs, 4-1 Roadrunners, bottom of the 8th. Cole Hamilton, the batter. He's 0 for 3 on the day. He swings and hits a 1-hopper to Palmer at second, who picks it up and throws to first for the out. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left as we head to the top of the 9th. It's Roadrunners 4 and Treasure Valley nothing. Or pardon me, Treasure Valley 1. Carson Wong leads off the top of the 9th inning with the Roadrunners leading 4-1. Trevor Wells on the mound for LB. First pitch, fastball, swung on and fouled out of play. And towards the families sitting here watching the Roadrunners in Treasure Valley. I love game days at the LBCC baseball field because every day is bring your dog to the park. Lots of dogs running around here, which is always fun for everyone in attendance. A cute little boxer to our right. The 0-1 misses. 1 ball, 1 strike. And Wells comes back and misses again. 2-1 the count now on Carson Wong, who's 1 for 3. He had a single in the 4th, struck out in the 1st, and grounded out in his last at bat. Here he swings the 2-1, pops it straight up. Josh Condon calls everybody off and makes the catch. Out number 1 here in the top of the 9th. Anthony Panulo, the batter. Panulo 1 for 3. He struck out in the 1st, grounded out in the 4th, and singled in the 7th. Awaiting the first pitch here from Wells in the top of the 9th. He takes high and away. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. Anthony Panulo, the batter. Braden Palmer on deck. Wells rocks and comes to the plate. This one swung on and hit in the air into right field. A diving catch for Derek Dardzinski. Full extension and a full dive for Dard. He makes the catch, and I'm really hoping that our camera guy here got that one, because an impressive play for Derek Dardzinski. We did get it on camera. Nice job there, Cade. And a great job by Derek Dardzinski for out number 2. A full extension. His uniform's a little dirty, but it's worth it. An SC top 10 sort of moment, as Trevor Wells' first pitch to Braden Palmer comes in and hits him in the elbow. Palmer takes his free pass. Aboard with 2 outs here in the top of the 9th. Now batting Peyton Higgins, the right fielder. Higgins is 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts and a ground out. First pitch misses from Wells. He comes back here, check swing, tapped foul off of the batting cages. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Top of the 9th inning, 4-1 Roadrunners. Braden Palmer, the runner at first, and Peyton Higgins, the batter. Wells taking a long time looking into his battery mate Cole Hamilton before checking back the runner, looking over at Palmer. He comes and misses low and away. 2-1 the count. Peyton Higgins, the batter. Wyatt Berg on deck. LBCC with 4 runs on 3 hits, 2 errors. Treasure Valley with 1 run, 2 hits, and 3 errors. The 2-1 from Wells just misses outside. 3-1 the count now on Peyton Higgins. Again, thank you for tuning in. This is the first game. We're in the top of the 9th. LB up by 3. This one in there for a strike, and the count goes full. Oh, pardon me. He went to call it a strike. He started lifting his arm, and I can watch it on a replay here. He went to lift his arm. That was odd. Okay, so a ball. And heading down to first is Peyton Higgins. Instead of that being the final out, a new batter, a pinch hitter, Drayson Ladke, a sophomore from Campbell Valley High School in Gillette, Wyoming. Ladke batting for Wyatt Berg, who was 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. And Drayson Ladke, the pinch hitter here, represents the tying run here in the top of the 9th inning. It's 4-1 Roadrunners, and that last at bat, pretty frustrating, as Trevor Wells had Higgins in a full count, and it definitely looked like the plate umpire went to call it a strike, and one of the coaches for LB said that was a strike, and you knew it was. And it definitely looked like he was flinching. He turned to the direction to call a strike, went to raise his arm, and then chose not to. Instead, now Peyton Higgins aboard first base, Braden Palmer at second. Ladke, however, hits it directly at Tate Cowden. He's up with it and throws across to first for the out. No runs, no hits, no errors, 2 left on. The Roadrunners, however, able to finish out here and win it 4-1 for the first game. The second game will start around, let's say 2:45. We'll say that again because that's about what it was yesterday. But a good outing for Brock Townsend. 5 innings, pitched 9 strikeouts, no earned runs, only 1 hit, and 1 walk. The Roadrunners finish with 4 runs on 3 hits, 2 errors. And also an impressive SportsCenter top 10 sort of diving catch for Derek Dardzinski here in the 9th for out number 2. And if you didn't get to watch it, go back a few minutes and take a look at that web gem sort of play for Derek Dardzinski. We'll be back around 2:45 for the second game versus Treasure Valley Community College. Thanks again for tuning in to Roadrunner Baseball.